There's an ancient story, a parable which the Buddha told more than once, of a group of blind people having their first encounter with an elephant. One of them getting to feel a tusk, another the body, another a leg, the tail, the trunk, and so on. Afterwards, they each had their own very clear account of what an elephant was like. The tusk man proclaimed it to be like a plough. Others were equally clear that it was like a great container of corn, or a pillar, or a brush, each according to their own experience of one body part or the other. Even adding up all their different accounts, you still wouldn't arrive at anything like the truth of what an elephant is. So if you ask me, what's Buddhism about? I'll give you the best answer I can. But I might well answer differently, depending on whether I was thinking at the time in terms of the philosophy of Buddhism, or the psychology, or Buddhist ethics, or myth, or art, or the history of Buddhism, the way it has manifested itself in different cultures over the past 2,500 years. Our grasp of the truth is limited to whatever part of the elephant we happen to have hold of at the time, to the aspect of the subject that we're focused on. That's how we function. We specialize, looking at things from a particular aspect, and humanity's done very well in that way, developing its thinking along the separate pathways of science, philosophy, art, and so on. It's what we do. And in following the Buddha's teaching, of course, we find ourselves studying now its philosophy, now looking on it as guidance for leading an ethical life, for understanding what's happening in our minds, or for inspiration for great flights of the imagination. It's what we have to do. It's how we make progress. In the end, however, the teaching can't be limited to one or other of these aspects. Its aim is to lead us to the total truth, the truth that integrates all our various faculties of mind, that speaks to the total person that we will be when we've made ourselves ready to apprehend it. So, what's Buddhism about? We're bound to ask the question. One of our great strengths is our expectation that in our specialized way of thinking we can share our individual specialist insights around by expressing them in a nutshell. So we have to attempt an answer. The one I'm going to give you isn't mine. It was given 50 years ago in a lecture by the founder of our Triratna Buddhist Order, Urgyen Sangharakshita. I've summarized it slightly. Essentially, he said, we may say Buddhism represents growth in, or the systematic development of, awareness at the highest possible level. This awareness has several dimensions, two of which are the most important. One is the dimension of wisdom, the other the dimension of compassion. He went on to explain that wisdom meant complete freedom from subjectivity, from seeing one's thoughts or feelings as in any way belonging to oneself. So then there was no longer any question of responding to the needs of other beings any differently than one does to one's own, hence compassion. So, the pursuit of deep awareness leading to the great wisdom that entails compassion, unlimited compassion. Nobody remembered the blind men and the elephant better than Sangharakshita. Nobody knew better than he that any definition of Buddhism would only be a partial one. But his definition is enough to keep me going for a while. Awareness, wisdom, compassion. In 3 words, Sangharakshita's thought for the day. A big one.